Well, young Aussie men are leading the charge in emotional openness, but it's a different story for older blokes. A new male confidence index revealing Gen X is falling behind when it comes to vulnerability.
So to break it down, let's bring in Frank Arthur, co-founder of Man of Many. Frank, it's so good to see you. Thanks for coming to the studio.
Have you seen Barnaby?
Thanks for having me. I have not seen Barnaby, but I'll keep an eye out for it.
All right, thank you, buddy.
Well, this is really interesting. I think anecdotally you do find that younger men perhaps are more in touch with their emotions than older men, but what has your research found?
It's so grounded in data that is the case. It seems that younger men are leading a bit of an emotional revolution. So they've reported the most emotional openness, particularly when it comes to vulnerability. They're also able to more easily express their identity without fear of judgment. And there's another factor at play which is really interesting, which is the father-son dynamic. So Gen Z reported, over 60% reported that they feel comfortable expressing emotions openly with their fathers, and that's in contrast to just 30% of Gen X.
Well, it's a very different time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of developments in that, and there seems to be much more open communication. I think there's also a lot of concern about, younger men having mentors at the moment. So to hear them being more vulnerable is really interesting.
Yeah. And there was a lot of research that we did as well on social media, and that was quite interesting because, obviously the younger cohort has the highest heavy social media use. And what we saw from that was that they did receive a day-to-day boost from social media, but heavy users of social media also had the weakest measures when it came to things like resilience and purpose. So it's what we call the relationship between social media and confidence is called, it's a bit of a contradiction. You have that boost that bites back.
It's a really interesting finding because I'm of a Syrian background and my father's always been quite an emotional man, and so they've been very freely expressing their emotions, and I've always witnessed that, which I've loved, right? But it is not often the case, I think, with men of his age. So how important is it for that older generation to be comfortable with the way they feel and to express those emotions to a close, friend or outside, maybe to a counsellor?
Yeah, it comes back to that point that you mentioned before. The lowest point in confidence was observed in Gen X. And this confidence change, it's a natural part of a transitionary period in life. As pressure builds, as responsibilities increase, confidence also wavers.
What's a midlife confidence cliff?
So that is where Gen X reported the lowest level of confidence, and it's around, expressing emotions, asking for help when needed. There was a lot of areas at this time where that pressure builds and responsibilities increase. But, an opportunity that we see from that is to, frame midlife not as a crisis, but as a period of renewal and purposeful recalibration to focus on well-being and personal connection.
What can someone out there do right now to make themselves feel more confident and more comfortable speaking about their emotions?
Well, I think the first thing is understanding the role that confidence plays. It helps us navigate life, it helps us navigate our relationships, it helps us navigate work, it helps us navigate opportunities. And to understand that confidence does go up and down, and it changes based on, what's happening with yourself, the world we live in, those around you. And, that's a good foundation to be more open and honest about it and create some conversations around it.
Very good.
Good advice.
Really good talking to you.
Thank you.
Could listen to you all day. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thanks for having me.